What's up, guys? Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see y'all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate y'all coming in and hang out with me on this Thursday morning. Kat, what's up, my friend? Thanks for coming in on Facebook. Appreciate you. Tasha, what's going on, girl? Victoria, good morning to you. Jackie, great morning to you. Thanks for coming in. Alex and Brian and Tracy and Adam and Brianna. It's nice to see you, Brianna. Good morning to you on YouTube. Thanks for coming in. Y'all are amazing, and I appreciate you. We're going to talk today about kind of a cool topic. I think it's a fun one. This spurred off of a conversation that I had with one of my clients recently on the topic of strategy and mindset. So I've actually been having this discussion quite a good bit lately with my clients, where I find ourselves either going real heavy down the strategy lane or real heavy down the mindset lane. And so I kind of go back and forth between, when I'm working with my clients, I'm trying to immediately identify, do we need mindset work today or do we need strategy work today? The thing is, both are essentially important. Sherry, I see you. Great morning to you. Sherry says, both in order to do this work, my mind has to be set. Absolutely right. So we're going to talk about strategy and mindset today. I'm going to talk about which is more important for you right now, strategy or mindset, and how do you identify that? So I've put together a bit of a checklist. I got 7 questions that I kind of work through myself when I'm trying to identify whether I'm dealing with a mindset problem and whether I'm dealing with a strategy problem. So I'm going to kind of talk you through these 7 steps this morning. This is going to give you a bit of a tool to put in your toolbox. So when you're dealing with a situation and you're trying to figure out, is this a mindset problem or a strategy problem, this should help you kind of self-coach yourself in, through, and out of that situation that you're dealing with. So cheers and good morning to you guys. I hope whatever you got in your cup is delicious this morning. Grab that morning beverage, grab your pen and paper, and we are going to dive right in. Hang tight. All right, y'all. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you are new to me, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. If you are watching or listening for the first time, whether you're on any of the video platforms or you're listening on my podcast or you're listening to one of my shorts somewhere, I'm glad you're here. I'd love for you to drop a hashtag first time in the chat stream and let me know if it's the first time I've been here. I would love to say hello, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. And I appreciate y'all being here. Shay, what's up, girl? I appreciate you coming in. Sherry's drinking tea this morning. Y'all crazy. You do need some work today. You need some mindset work today, Sherry. Like, Sherry doesn't drink tea. What are you drinking tea for? That sounds like a terrible idea. Just kidding. I actually like tea. Occasionally, not very often though. I mean, especially not on the I don't know about a Thursday morning tea. I mean, maybe. I don't know. That seems crazy. Does it have anything in it? Like cinnamon or something? It's not going well, it's not doing it for you, is it? No. You put that tea away. You're not gonna get any work to done with that. Tony, good morning, man. Thanks for coming in. Jalil, good morning to you, buddy. I see you as well. Don't get me going. I'm gonna start getting funny, and then we're not gonna be able to get any work done today if I start giggling. Victoria likes tea. Now, see, Victoria, I can see you being a tea drinker, kind of relaxing, get into your yoga-ness. But Sherry's the project manager. I mean, I don't know. Tea seems like a bad idea. Orange and cinnamon clove. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think you need to go get some black coffee, Sherry. Okay. Let's get to work today. We got to get to work. Everybody put get to work in the chat stream. Get to work, Justin. Tell me get to work. We're going to get to work today. We're talking about strategy or mindset. We're going to talk about what goes on between your ears today. Which is more important for you right now, strategy or mindset? I kind of want to tee this up for you this way, y'all. I've bounced back and forth on this question with many clients and really kind of bounce back and forth with just kind of judge where they're at with dealing with all the questions that get fired at me all the time. Are you dealing with a mindset problem? Are you dealing with a strategy problem? Which is more important, strategy or mindset? Because both are huge components to building a successful business, but is one more crucial than the other? That's the challenge. And I've come to the not so surprising conclusion that I think both are equally essential, and I think you can't have one without the other. But while I do say that, I think we all know that strategy and mindset are incredibly essential to building a business. The trick is there are certain challenges that are going to arise in your business that certain ones are going to need strategy and others are going to need mindset. And if you have a mindset if you have a mindset problem that you are trying to apply strategic tactics to, it won't work because it's not a matter of tactics, it's a matter of your brain, and vice versa. If you're trying to apply strategic tactics, but you got a mindset issue tied to that thing, again, it's not going to work. So it's important for you to understand which is the issue. These cats. Ethan, can you hear me, buddy? Can you come and get Toby and like take him upstairs because he doesn't like shut doors and he's over here meowing on the stairway and he wants to be let out. So this is live, so you just never know what's going to happen in my house. Thank you, buddy. He's upstairs. He's up the stairway. Is he there? He's just sitting there pawing on the stairway. Yeah. Everybody give a round of applause for Ethan for saving the day of the live broadcast today. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't like shut doors. Are systems the same as strategy? That's a great question. Who asked that question? Shay, are systems the same as strategy? No. Strategy is bigger than systems. That's a great question, Shay. Systems are tactics. So when you are looking to apply a strategy, you employ tactics, strategic tactics. Your systems would be one of those tactics. That's a great question, though. All right. So again, which is more important? So the question is whether it's mindset or whether it's strategy. The question is, how do I know what I need now in this situation? Right? Because if you go for the wrong one in the wrong season or the wrong situation, you're going to end up wasting time, possibly wasting money, and being very, very frustrated because you're trying to force something to happen that's just not going to happen because you're focusing on the wrong thing. Tony says, I think strategy, if you're able to master the mind, but you have no strategy, the struggle will be more challenging. That's very true. That's absolutely true. And that's a perfect example, Tony, because if you can have all the strategy in the world, but if you're constantly dealing with mindset issues, it doesn't matter how much strategy you employ. If you're always dealing with mindset challenges, you'll never be able to get past those challenges because certain things don't need more tactics. Certain things just need a rework of your mind. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a checklist. I made a bit of a checklist to kind of go through these processes and kind of help you figure out what is really going on in the particular situation that you have going on. And as we talk through this checklist, each of these has a question. And I want you to just kind of be thinking about these questions and asking yourself, and if you can, as you're going through this, try to bring things up to your mind that you're dealing with right now. So if you have a particular challenging situation that you're dealing with right now, think about these questions that I'm going to ask you and really just try to be honest with yourself. Is this a tactical issue? Is this a strategic issue? Or is this a mindset issue? All right. So first one I'm going to give you, let me dive into these. We got 7 of them overall. Again, cheers and good morning to you. I hope your Thursday has been awesome so far. And I hope whatever you got in your cup is delicious. Sherry, hopefully you've refilled your cup with the necessary beverage to get yourself squared up this morning. All right. Number 1, first one I'm going to give you this morning is, do you have a strategic direction with the thing that you are dealing with? So the question to ask yourself is, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're trying to work through in your situation right now, just simply ask yourself, do I know where to start? Do you have a strategic direction? Do I have a strategic direction? Do I know where to start? So if you're faced with a situation, you say, I don't even know where to start. You're lacking strategic direction. An example of this would be maybe you have an idea of something that you can sell, but you have no idea where to find customers or clients. You have no idea how to actually go out and sell the thing. So you have an idea of something that you want to sell, but you just don't know where to do. That would show a need for a big picture marketing strategy. You don't need specific tactics like how to run a Facebook ad. You need to get help to establish a clear marketing strategy so you can actually implement sound tactics that will deliver real results. All right. And hint, we're going to dive into this one. If that's your challenge, you're gonna like number 7 as well. But that's a great first question to ask yourself if you're stuck on something is, do I have a strategic direction? Do I know where to start? Okay, so that's number 1. If you and the thing is if you ask yourself, do I have a strategic direction? Do I know where to start? And you're like, yep, like Sherry, I'm working on my book. Yes, number 1, ready with a strategic direction. She knows exactly where to start. If you know where to start, then that's not your issue, and so you can move on to the second one. So the second question is, do you have tactical know-how? Do you have tactical know-how? And the question to ask yourself here is, do I know how to do this? So, for example, my clients will often hear me saying, make sure you are engaging with your social connections and creating opportunity. That's a tremendously effective way to convert leads and acquire paying clients. But if you don't know exactly how to engage with your social connections, you're not going to succeed. So even if the idea is a good one, and even if you know that, yeah, engaging with my social connections is a fantastic way to create opportunity, generate leads, and possibly acquire paying clients, if I don't know exactly how to do what I need to do, then that's an issue. So this question number 2, do you have tactical know-how, is basically asking yourself, I might know what I need to do. So step 1 is, do I have the strategic direction? I know what my first step is, but do I know how to take that step? Sherry says I do not. So I pay Justin because he does. Perfect. I love it. That's great. And because Sherry's like, in this particular case, Sherry's like, I know what my first step is, but when I get to the second question, do I know how? Nope. I don't know how. That's not my skill set. And she calls me and she's like, Justin, I want to do this. I need to do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Is this something that you can show? Because this is exactly how Sherry works. Why I love working with Sherry. Sherry will call me. She'll say, this is where I'm at. This is where I know I need to go in this particular situation. Cookie, would you shut up? Hey, stop meowing at Colton. I'm in the middle of a video. These cats. So back to Sherry. So Sherry will have a situation where she'll be like, I know, because Sherry's very good at strategy. She'll work out her strategy, and then she'll call me and she'll say, Justin, this is what the step I need to take. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I need to get done. Is this something that you can show me or teach me and I can do it myself? Or is this something that you need to do for me because it's way over my head? And there are certain things that I do for Sherry that are way over her head, and I don't even bother trying to teach her because it's not necessary, because she's got better things to do in the world than try to learn things that are just not her gift. But then there's certain things like, you're going to want to know this later. You're going to need to know this later. This is something that you're going to want to be able to apply. So I'll teach her certain things that I think are necessary to learn. But that number 2, Ethan, I'm going to have you save another cat. Will you get Cookie out of here, please? Because now he's meowing everywhere. This is a very live video today. It's like this is the livest video I've done in a long time. I got kids in and out of here. Ethan's got driver's training. Natalie's taking him to work. Colton just woke up. Everybody say hi, Colton. Colton just woke up. He's playing whatever he's playing. Cats meow. Everybody's hungry. This is live. So live. But you know what? It's okay. Because this is a business, and just because we got kids and lives and things doesn't mean we can't just be awesome. Yeah, baby will be, and one of these days, it'll be very, very soon. I'll be sitting here with Jackson, bouncing him on my leg because Courtney's taking a shower, and I'll still be teaching you because that's just how things are going to go. All right. So number 2 was, do you have tactical know-how? I think we beat that one up. We're good on that one. Thank you, Sherry, for allowing me to use you as an example, as always. Number 3 is, are you prioritizing? Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be so fun. You guys, I'm going to have viewers like crazy, like I've never had before, because I'll be out here teaching world changing. Bye, buddy. Good luck. Everybody wish Ethan good luck. Everybody pray for Ethan today. He's got his final exam for driver's training. He's going to go slay this thing. His last one, he's going to pass. It's going to be crazy. I got 2 drivers in the house. You believe that? It's crazy. Baby. Yeah, I'm gonna have a baby. I'm gonna be doing live videos with a baby on my lap. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be awesome. Colton. It's gonna be Jackson. Is gonna be famous before he's even knows how to talk. All right. Number 3 is, are you prioritizing? I'm gonna keep focused, y'all. I promise. Are you prioritizing? So the question is, do I know what to do first? So there's a difference between having a strategic direction and saying, do I know where to start? This one, I want you to go a little deeper, because I could say, if I'm dealing with a situation, I can say, do I know where to start? Usually, do I know where to start is a little bit of a bigger step. But then when it boils down to, do I know what I need to do first? This is a little bit more of today. What do I actually need to do today? And the thing is overwhelm sets in when you believe that everything on your to-do list is of equal urgency, or you don't have some sort of a sorting mechanism to identify which of your things on your to-do list are most important and most crucial, and which of those come secondary. All right. When you know what to do first, you can calmly schedule your most important things, your most important items on your calendar. But if you just simply have a running to-do list that you never seem to get through, it has no kind of organization and no identification of priority, that's when you can really get overwhelmed. All right. Sherry says, prioritizing even when I don't feel like it. Feelings aren't invited to my goals. I love that. Feelings aren't invited to my goals. One of the things that I like to do is, if you like anybody, if you guys are like me, you may have a significant list of stuff on your to-do list. All right. If your list is significant and you got a lot of things going on there, one of the things that works perfect for me is I'll put a 1, 2, or a 3 next to it. All right. And I'll just go down through that list. If I'm trying to sort out priority, I'll do a 1, 2, or 3. And a 1 for me is an absolute essential, non-negotiable, has to be done. Now that could be has to be done. If this is my weekly to-do list, then this has to be done today. Or this has to be done this week. If it's my daily to-do list, this has to be done today. So again, weekly to-do list, if it's a 1, has to be done this week, non-negotiable. Or if it's my daily to-do list, it has to be done today, non-negotiable. So I go through and identify anything on that list that is a 1, an absolute non-negotiable, and I put 1s next to it. All right. And then after I get all the 1s, then I go back to the list, and my 2s are, this is important, but it does not take priority over the 1s. The 1s have to come first. I cannot do any number 2s until my number 1s are done. And so I put a number 2, meaning it's important, and I would really like to get this done this today, or this week, but it cannot take priority to number 1. And then you go through and put number 2s, and that's going to leave you with a whole bunch of number 3s. You don't touch the number 3s until 1s and 2s are done. And that's a very simple and effective way to sort out your priorities and make sure that you're doing the right things first. Because what ends up happening is we're all busy, y'all. We're all busy. So you got this list of stuff. You got some big stuff. You got some medium stuff, and you got some little stuff on there. The big things are the big things, but we're so busy. You're going to look, if you don't map out your day, you're going to be like, I got 30 minutes before I got to get Ethan up and ready to go to do the thing. And then once I get Natalie out of here, then I got an hour before my next call. So I can try to knock out some of these things here and there, and then I gotta have lunch, and I got this, so I'm gonna try to fit that in there. If that's how you're running your day, what's gonna happen is the majority of your day is gonna be spent doing number 3s. And then you get to the end of the day, and the 2s and the 1s barely got touched. You may have hit a few 2s, but the 1s rarely ever get touched. The reason why is because the only way you're gonna knock out the 1s on your list is if you pre-schedule that time in a block, and you make that time sacred. Like somebody put sacred in the chat stream. If you're listening to me this morning, sacred, meaning if I know I have got to get that project done tomorrow, and that is an absolute non-negotiable, and it's going to take me 2 hours to get it done, I am blocking my time on that calendar. I am going to tell my kids, I'm going to tell my wife, I'm going to tell my dog, I'm going to tell the mailman to leave me alone in that 2 hours, because I am going to get that thing done, and that's the time I'm going to do it. It's sacred. You have to. So, if you're stuck on something, it could very well be, I need to tell both my cats, man. They're not leaving me alone this morning. I didn't tell the cats this morning that I was broadcasting. Apparently, they're in the whining at me. So, when you are prioritizing yourself, the important piece of this one, the question to ask again, the whole point of this broadcast is when you're dealing with a situation that you can't seem to break past or move forward in, you're stopping to ask yourself, do I have a mindset issue or do I have a strategy issue? In this case, this is really a matter of your mind. It's a matter of your mind because you're not giving that thing that you're trying to work on the attention it deserves. You're not making that thing, you're not giving it a sacred space. You have to plan and prioritize. So when you come to this question, am I prioritizing this thing and giving myself a chance to work on it? All right. Give myself a chance to work on it. Mel, good morning to you, buddy. I see you. Yeah, you and that's normal. Mel will get stuck figuring things out and then call Justin. It's the thing, y'all. You just gotta holler at me. Jamie, good morning to you, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Just give me a holler. Justin, I'm stuck. Let's go. Let's get you going. Let's get your butt moving. All right. That's number 3. Are you prioritizing? Number 4, we're talking about 7 things, y'all, to help you identify which is more important for you right now, strategy or mindset, and trying to help you identify which is the thing that you need to apply. Number 4 is, do you need to advance your skill? The question you want to ask yourself here is, do I know what to do and how to do it, but I'm not confident in that area yet? Competent, not confident, competent. Do I know what to do and how to do it, but I'm not confident with it yet? So when I think about this one, I think about this is a particular skill, all right? This is something that this is not something that I'm not talking about something that this was something you call Justin and outsource to Justin. This is something that's you. It's your game. It's your business. It's your specialty. Is there something that you are trying to be known as, be hireable for, positioning yourself as? You know what to do and you know how to do it, but you may not be fully competent. This is the bridge between strategy and mindset. And one way to just kind of look at it is decide whether you need to say, I'm working to improve that now, because I mean, we're all works in progress. No matter what we do, we're all works in progress. It's like live streaming. When you decide that you're going to start live streaming, you know that when you first start, you're not going to be excellent. You're not going to be amazing. You're not going to be the best live streamer that ever happened, but there's no way you're going to get to that point unless you actually practice and show up for yourself. So when I first started live streaming, it's like, I know I need to show up, and I'm working to improve my skills as a live streamer, right? So that would be whatever you're doing, there's going to be certain things that you're going to be mastering at. And you might be gifted in your knowledge or gifted in your craft, but you may struggle with connecting through social media. You may struggle with having good sound, comfortable, confident phone conversations. It might be you struggle with the close or the money conversation. That's okay. If you're aware that, you know what, I am not fully competent at that yet, but I'm working to improve that now, that's one thing. The other aspect is it might be I'm already competent and I'm already comfortable with that. But you need to define that, because listen, it's possible that you may only know about something that you need to do, but not necessarily know how to do it yourself. I'm going to say that again because I want you to get this in your veins, all right? It is possible that you may only know about what you need to do, but not necessarily how to do it yourself. And I'm speaking to those of you that have watched like every live video that I have done for years, where I'm teaching you about things. I'm teaching you about strategy, about process, about business, about branding. And you've heard it so much that you think you know it, but you haven't applied it yourself. I said you haven't applied it. You're applied it yourself. There's a world of difference between those two statements when you're implementing and growing a business. Because you can watch all the videos and listen to all the training in the world, but until you actually step out and start applying it yourself, you're lacking competence. You don't have competence until you start doing. Somebody put doing in the chat stream. You got to actually do. So this number 4, if you're getting to this, if you answer, 1, 2, and 3, and you're like, no, I'm good. I have a strategic direction. I have tactical know-how. I am prioritizing. I know what I need to do first. Do I need to advance my skill? Am I just knowledgeable about the thing, but don't actually know how to do it myself. I mean, maybe you are doing it yourself, and then that's cool. But this is the question. So that's where you ask yourself, am I working to improve myself right now? Or am I already confident and comfortable with that piece? And then you move past it if you are already comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then you got to stop and ask yourself. All right, so let's go to question number 5. I keep track of where I'm at here. Cheers, y'all. Cheers and good morning to you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this morning. Number 5 is, are you comfortable? No, I'm sorry. Number 5 is, are you uncomfortable? Uncomfortable. The question to ask yourself is here, do I enjoy or feel comfortable with the activity that I need to do? Because if you're uncomfortable with it, you're going to procrastinate it. All right? It's just a given. Y'all agree with that? I mean, if you're uncomfortable with it, you're going to procrastinate it. Or if you don't procrastinate it, if you're uncomfortable with it, you may not procrastinate it, but you probably are not going to do it well. If this question, do I enjoy or feel comfortable doing what I'm doing? If that question is not answered as a resounding yes, then that is mindset work that needs to be done. Because if you do feel competent, like you feel, going back, you wouldn't get to question number 5 unless you answered question number 4. All right. So if you said, you know what, Justin, I am competent, I do know how to do what I'm doing, I'm ready. That's not my issue. Then if you are competent, but you're uncomfortable, there's a mindset issue at work. There's a belief system issue at work. There's doubt, there's fear, there's insecurity, there could be lack of clarity. You don't know why you're doing what you're doing. If you're uncomfortable with it, you got to ask yourself why you are uncomfortable with it. Because if you are competent, but you are uncomfortable, there is a mindset problem. Cat Gartung. Winking at you, buddy. If you are competent, which you are, Cat, 1000% competent in what you do, but you are uncomfortable, then it's brain work that needs to be done, right? That's the thing. I mean, it's helpful, right? Just to see that out. And it doesn't mean that you're broken. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that you just put a label on what your problem is. And so you need to clear that up. You need to see that for what it is. You know what? And Mel's a different angle. Mel is perfectionism. I want things all the way right. But dig past that, Mel, a little bit. And because you need to ask yourself, do I want this? Is perfectionism is stopping me? That's a mindset issue. Is perfectionism stopping me because this is a matter of my values and the way I view my work and the high standard that I hold for myself? Or is perfectionism because you are prideful and worry about how other people are going to see or receive you? Is it a matter of insecurity that you don't want anybody to see you not do something perfect? Is this something about your adult life? Is it something that stemmed from your childhood? Is it expectations that you're putting on yourself or expectations that others have put on you? You need to figure out why you have this strong desire to be perfect, because none of us are perfect. Listen, girl, I mean, me and Mel, you're like my sister from another mister, buddy. We're the same. I wrestled with this for a long time, and for me, is like I always wanted to be perfect. Everything I wanted to be perfect, and early on, I labeled it as excellence. I wanted to be known for excellence, but I found out quickly, and I had to figure this out. There was no way for me to be perfect in every single thing that I was doing, because I was new at what I was doing, and so what I realized after digging into this, it stemmed from my childhood. It stemmed from my childhood because I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and my brothers used to beat up on me. I was the little kid, and I felt like, and my brothers, as we grew up into our older stages of life, my 2 older brothers were like best friends, and I was like the third wheel of the group all the time. And I felt I felt disrespected by them. I felt invisible to them. I felt like there's nothing that I could do to make them proud of me. They were the sports guys. I was a musician. They were playing football. I was playing drums. I didn't fit in with them. And I felt like I didn't fit in with them. And in part, it really made me who I am, because I am someone who's just driven and determined to go my own way despite how other people feel about it. And but that played heavily into my adult life, into my corporate and my business, because as I advanced in my career, I had made up my mind that I was going to be more successful than those two. I was going to make more money than those two. I was going to do more and accomplish more and impact the world more than they could ever dream of. And what it really boiled down to is pride. I put pride in the chat stream in all caps. It was pride. I don't have to prove myself to them. Thank God the Lord released me of that. And I was able to identify and uncover that. Thank the Lord for my mother, because my mother is the one that helped me uncover that and release that prideful. It's just pride. This is all pride. But perfectionism stems from pride. That's how I challenge you with that, Mel. And thank you, Mel, for being transparent to bring that up, because I think that you're not the only person in the room that deals with that. Because so many people don't step forward into doing what the Lord has called them to do, because they want to make sure that it's perfect. And it's like perfectionism is a symptom. Perfectionism is a symptom. It's a symptom of a root issue. You got to figure out what the root issue is. We're doing some counseling in here today. Cheers to that. Are you uncomfortable? That's number 5. Perfectionism is not your problem, Mel. Something else is the problem. Perfectionism is a symptom. Perfectionism is the leaves that are turning yellow on the tree. You got to get into the soil. You got to figure out why the leaves are turning yellow on the tree. Cheers to that. Okay. Where was I? Number 5. Are you uncomfortable? This is a good broadcast. Y'all should share it out to the whole world. Get it out to the people that need it. Yeah, I agree, Jamie. 100%. All right. We got Mel's crying. It's good. Let's all cry together. There's nothing like a good cry. Let's just get the stuff out, right? Let's have this chat about it. Number 6, truth and love, y'all. You know I love y'all. Love you so much. My mission is always to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Again, as always, my mission is to get you thinking differently, acting differently, and believing differently than you would have if you had not taken 34 minutes of your valuable time to hang out with me this morning. So I appreciate you spending your time with me, buddy. All right, number 6 is, do you have outcome anxiety? So if you've made it past, do you have strategic direction? Yep, I got it. I know where to start. Do you have tactical know-how? Yes, sir. I do. I know how to do what I need to do. Are you prioritizing? Yep, it's on my calendar. I know exactly what I need to do first. Do you need to advance your skill? You know what? I'm either working on it, Justin, or I feel like I've got it and I'm confident there. Good. Are you uncomfortable? No. I feel confident. I feel uncomfortable. I'm excited about what I do. All right. Do you have outcome anxiety? Ooh. We hit Sherry with that one. Do you have outcome anxiety? The question to ask yourself here is, do I enjoy the activity? And maybe I even feel comfortable with it, but I'm nervous about the outcome. Yeah, you can take your outcome anxiety captive. Kat's got that one too. Oh, Tasha's got that one too. Outcome anxiety. It's amazing how many people will delay publishing their websites or writing their books or putting themselves out there on video because they're afraid of blank. Whatever blank is for you. It might be criticism. It might be success. Some people are afraid of success. And I used to think that was ridiculous. I'm like, why are you afraid of success? What's wrong with you? And the reason people are afraid of success is because they realize that the person they are today, listen to me, y'all, the person you are today is not the person that you are going to need to be once you're successful. Because once you become successful, all of a sudden, to whom much is given, much is required, and there's going to be demands on you. And you've got this limiting belief in your mind that you're not going to be able to stand up and be a good steward of the blessing that the Lord is getting ready to pour out of you. So you decide to shut the door before the blessing even shows up. But then you come whining to me that, Justin, I just can't seem to get a breakthrough. Justin, I just can't seem to get that movement that I'm looking for, that growth that I'm looking for, those clients that I'm looking for. And I'm asking you, when did you get up today? How consistent have you been in your schedule? Have you been showing up for yourself? Have you been showing up for your people? Are you ready to actually build this business and grow and scale? And what it really boils down to is you're not ready to change who you are and who you need to be successful. You're not ready to be the person that your goals require you to be. This is a mindset challenge. This is a great example of, I like the process, but I don't want to complete this because I'm not ready for what it's going to require of me. I'm not ready for the demand on my schedule. I'm not ready to be accountable. I'm not ready to have to be disciplined. I'm not ready to have to be focused. I'm not ready to not be lazy. I'm not ready to not procrastinate anymore. Woo. I am reading someone's mail today. Do you have outcome anxiety? You might feel like you are stuck in a situation, stuck in a process, stuck at a certain point in your business, but you're not stuck. What's really going on is you are choosing to stay where you are because there's something that you don't want to have to embrace in the process as you move forward. Whoa. That's crazy. Identify it. Call it out for what it is. You know what, y'all? Listen to me. You kidding me? I'm gonna take some more of my coffee. I have had no Cookie. You're not invited to this broadcast. He wants your attention, Colton. You just pet him, give him some love. Freaking Cookie. Listen, y'all. Man, this is the thing. This broadcast is not meant to make anybody feel bad about yourself. This should be invigorating. I want to be setting your veins on fire this morning because I want to call out your bull for whatever your bull is. Figure it out, identify it, and if we just named it out of something that just came out of my mouth in the last 2 minutes, name that thing for what it is and just have a conversation with the Lord about it. I can't tell you the number of times that I've sat in this chair, whether it's in this office or past offices, sat in this chair and been like, and identified something that it's fear or it's pride or it's insecurity or it's past whatever that was hanging on to me. I'm like, no, I am done entertaining this spirit in my house. I am done entertaining this spirit in my business. And I will just have a conversation and be like, I'm like, Satan, you can get up in the hell out of my business. You can get out of my house. You can get out of my finances. You can get out of my relationships. You can get out of my connections. You can get out. My Bible says the Lord has not given me a spirit of fear, but I know full well he has not given me a spirit of anxiety either. He has not given me a spirit of doubt either. He's not given me a spirit of perfectionism either. He's not giving me anything that is unwholesome and unworthy of being in the presence of the Lord. So I cast it out of my life as far as the east is from the friggin' west and get it out. And I ain't coming back in because I'm not going to entertain that anymore. Man, put a name on that. Call that spirit for whatever it is. Call that challenge, whatever that thing is that you're dealing with. Call it for what it is. Deal with it and don't let it back in. Can you do that? I think you can do that. Thank you, Dr. Sandra. I see you, buddy. I appreciate you. Sherry's like, this broadcast is the only caffeine I need today. Let's keep going. Yeah, speak to that mountain. Say it. You know, I thank you so much, Jamie, for sharing that because I think it's so important for us to recognize this. Jamie says, speak to that mountain and tell it to move. Mark 11:24. Anything that you ask when you pray, believe that you can receive it, you shall have it. I want you to get this. There's so much power in your words. And there's so much power in your words. You think about, everyone knows David and Goliath, whether you're a Christian, non-Christian, no matter where you listen to me all across the world, everybody knows the story of David and Goliath. But this thing, I think all of us can relate to being David. All of us can relate to stepping out into something that's huge And everyone around us being like, you are crazy. What is wrong with you? You can't, there's no way. What are you doing, little boy? You can't even wear the armor. This giant will destroy you. He will stomp on you with his pinky toe. There's no chance. There's no way. How many people have heard people say to you, there's no way. You can't. It'll never work. Why are you even trying? And you step out anyway. And David goes out there he didn't try to conform to the world. He didn't try to, he didn't, he's like, I can't wear this armor. I can't even move in this stuff. I'm going to take what I know. I'm going to take what God has equipped me with. And it may be unconventional, and it may be different, and it may be what everybody else thinks is the right tool, but I'm going to take what I know, and I'm going to use what I know, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to deal with this thing that's in front of me. But I want you to get this. This is so important to get this, and I don't think most people don't understand this point. David stepped out in that field, and Goliath's like, who are you, you ruddy little pipsqueak, coming at me with a freaking sling and some rocks? Are you stupid, crazy? I'm going to destroy you. And he pointed right at Goliath. And he said, you come at me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you with the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. And today I will defeat you and your army, and I will feed you to the birds. He didn't go out on that field, and while Goliath was hollering at him, he didn't get down on his knees and say, Lord, I just want to pray over Goliath today. Oh, Goliath is big. He's real big, Lord. And I don't know how to, how this is going to work, but I just trust that you're going to work for me in this situation. He didn't pray about Goliath. He didn't go out on that battlefield and get down on the ground and start praying about Goliath. He stepped up to Goliath and pointed him right in his face and said, hey, you're going down. I'm going to use what the Lord has given me, and it is over for you. And not only is it over for you, but it's also over for your whole entire freaking army. And I'm going to take you down with nothing but a handful of rocks. And of course, right in the middle of what I'm talking about right now, my internet gets sketchy. I don't think so. You can get out of my internet too, Satan. Woo, man. I tell you what, listen, he spoke to his Goliath. Some of y'all need to start talking to your Goliath. Whatever your Goliath is, you need to start speaking at that thing. Start talking to that thing, because your words carry so much power. All right. I wasn't intending on preaching at you guys today, but my goodness, somebody need to hear that one. Do you have outcome anxiety? Speak to that thing. Let's go. Number 7. And then we're going to wrap this up. Whew. Cheers. And good morning to you guys. Number 7. Are you resisting? Are you resisting? Number 6 is, do you have outcome anxiety? Number 7 is, are you resisting? The question to ask, I know, freaking Cookie's just sitting here and he's just meow. Stinking cat. The question to ask here is there a part of me that feels out of alignment with this? So if you've gone through if you're stuck, you're frustrated, you're trying to move forward in a particular area of your life, and you can't figure out what the issue is, and you're trying to just determine whether this is a strategy issue or a mindset issue. You said, I know I have strategic direction. I know where to start. I have tactical know-how. I know how to do what I need to do. I'm prioritizing. I know what I need to do first, and I'm giving it the adequate time it deserves. Number 4 is, do you have advanced your skill? I know how to do what I need to do. I feel like I have adequate competence. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I feel good about it. I don't believe I have outcome anxiety. Then are you resisting for some reason? Is there a part of you that feels out of alignment with what you're trying to do? Oftentimes I'll work with people who are afraid of charging premium fees. Pricing is a thing. Y'all know it is. Deep down inside, they feel like charging large sums of money, no matter how great the transformation they provide, is somehow wrong, or that they're not worthy of that kind of fee. That's resistance. Resistance is when there's something that you know you need to do. You've checked throughout 1 through 6, and 1 through 6 are clear. That's not your issue. It's just a matter of resistance. You're resisting doing something because there's a block up here. That's mindset. It's not strategy. You don't need tactics. You need mindset work. You're resisting that thing for some reason. And all the strategy in the world won't help you overcome that if you don't cross that bridge in your mind, that you are capable of that you are worthy of that. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever you are feeling resistance to, if you are resisting something, you need to get to the core of your heart of hearts and ask yourself, really start out by asking yourself, is this a symptom or is this a root problem? Am I resisting this because of a root issue that I need to dig in and work on in my life or myself? Or am I resisting this because there's symptoms about I feel a certain way about this because of that? Maybe you need to get into that root system. Regardless, I think it's easy for you it should be fairly easy for you to ask yourself, am I resisting? Is there a part of me that feels out of alignment where you feel like I just can't embrace this process? If you've answered yes to all the other 6 and you've gotten down to this one, you're resisting, you've got to figure out why you're resisting. What is causing you to resist? What is the belief system that you have that is forcing you to stay in that zone? And you've got to break past that. That's number 7. Whew. Like all of us are going to need a nap after this one. My goodness. 7 things, y'all. Do you have strategic direction? Do you have tactical know-how? Are you prioritizing? Do you need to advance your skill? Are you uncomfortable? Do you have outcome anxiety, or are you resisting? That's a 7-step checklist to run through for yourself if you are feeling stuck in a situation, stuck in a process, stuck in a place in your or season in your life, and you can't figure out how to move forward with strategy or mindset. That's what I got for you today, y'all. That was a good one. Please share it. If you know anybody in your world that needs this, share it out to whoever needs it in your world. Feel free to tag somebody in here, tag a friend that needs to watch this. That was a great broadcast. Thank you, Lord, for just say a word of prayer with me real quick, y'all. Lord, thank you for being with us this morning. I was so appreciative and so honored to be able to have a platform like this where I can just press a button and just go live with the world and just talk about you and talk about the things that you're teaching us, and we can learn and grow together. Lord, thank you for speaking through me and using me as a vessel. I just want to be a good steward of the gifting and the knowledge and the ideas that you've given me, Lord. So I just ask you just to put an anointing on the words that have been spoken today. Put an extra blessing on every single one of these individuals that have invested their time and energy into this broadcast today, just to learn and grow and be better for you, so we can all go out and do the things you've called us to do, Lord. I just ask that you make us good stewards of what we have on our plate today. Let us everything we do today and with our connections and with our clients and with our business be honoring and glorifying to you. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Somebody give me an amen in the chat stream today, y'all. I appreciate you. I know 45 or 49 minutes every time is so valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me today. Y'all are amazing, and you're awesome. And I'd appreciate you praying for my son, who's going to be doing a driver's test in 10 minutes, his final exam. He's going to rock it, Lord willing. And I'm going to go deal with my cats because they're real needy today. Have a beautiful day, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Love y'all. I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Be a good steward, for Pete's sake, with what the Lord has given you to work with today. And I'll see y'all around the web, right? Take care. God bless y'all. I'll see you guys later.